and welcome to Cookbad. I'm Cookbad, bringing you 5-star recipes for 2-star prices. Today we're going to be making a very traditional Italian dish. This is a bean and pasta soup known as pasta fagioli, or if you're American, pasta fagioli. Now, there was a time in my life when I was a 5-star chef, my own restaurant on TV show, everything like that. A few things happened, and now I'm not allowed to cook in restaurants anywhere in America. But that's okay, I can still have my show, it's just on public access now. No big deal, I can still show you how to make the high-class meals that you're looking to do. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is get a deep pan on the stove. Just get that on a nice low. We're going to start by browning our pancetta. Pancetta is an Italian cured meat, very thin sliced, very flavorful, very expensive. We're not going to use pancetta. We're going to use a more typical deli meat, regular old roast beef. Cookbad, can I use roast beef instead of pancetta? You bet your sweets you can use roast beef instead of pancetta. Here we go. I'm doing nothing. I don't actually cut this thing. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. Now, we have that ready to go. Now you just want to take a little bit of olive oil, toss it in that pan you have heating. Yeah. Real low heat. We're just trying to brown it. Just trying to brown the stuff. There you go. You hear that sizzle? You hear that flavor? That's what we want. All right, so while that's working, we can get preparating. All right, so while that's cooking, we can get on preparing the rest of our ingredients. We're going to start with a nice carrot. Chop that up. You get these at any grocery store, not a problem. You want your 2-star prices, this is how you do it. Use regular stuff. All these fancy ingredients, these Wolfgang Pucks, these Gordon Ramsay, they're all using all these fancy ingredients, $1 million meals. We don't need none of that. Forgot my ingredients, getting them out of the fridge. Come on, you little... Alright, so the celery stick was fighting with me. It's a little... That's fine. It's all about the taste, right? Alright, so around this point you want to start adding the rest of your vegetables and tossing in some of your seasoning. So I'm going to toss in, I got my nice chopped carrots and celery. We're going to put that right in on top of the ground beef. Don't be shy about that. It's cooking. That's perfect. That's exactly where we want that. Alright, and then seasoning is the most important part of any Italian dish. A lot of people will say oregano, rosemary, thyme, these are the flavors that you need to make an Italian dish. Not actually the case. The flavors there are more subtle, more involved, and more intricate. We're going to focus more on that aspect of things here today. People will say, yes, oregano, rosemary, thyme, all these different spices. If you're going to use all spices, why not just use allspice? Let's save ourselves some time here, right? We're busy people. We got company coming over. Let's get that started. There we have it. Now I like a little spice in my food. Well, not that kind of spice. This kind of spice, crushed red pepper spice. Let's throw a whole mess of, oh boy, a whole mess of those in there. That was unintentional. We'll balance the red pepper with the black pepper. They'll cancel out. Everything will be just dandy. Garlic, integral to almost any recipe, especially if you're cooking Italian. We'll just sprinkle. It gets caked in there. You just gotta work at it a little bit. Yeah, that right there is what we want from garlic powder. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm getting excited. Now, chopped onion. No one likes chopping onion. It's time consuming. You cry, your mascara runs. It's a big ordeal. Let's skip that step. We're going to go straight to anchovy paste. Why? In the kitchen, you have to ask, why not anchovy paste? That smells really good. Food Network, I want my show back. All right, so the next thing you're going to want to do is add your beans. Now, usually you use cannellini? What are they called? All right, so the next thing we're going to want to do here is add our beans. Now, usually you want to use cannellini beans, which do not come in a can, weirdly enough. They come in a small sack, hard to get. You usually have to go to a European market. At the end of the day, beans are beans. We'll just use beans. Black beans are fine. Now, be sure to get some of the syrup in there. That's what you want out of your life. That's why we do beans. Well, about half a can of beans. We're small. We're cooking for one, right? Now, you hear that sizzle stopped. We got the liquid going in there. It's starting to take shape as a soup. So turn up the heat just a little bit. We want to start bringing it to a boil here. Now the next thing you're going to want to add your choice of diced tomatoes or tomato paste. I like to go for something a little more flavorful. Sriracha. Don't be shy now. That ought to do us. Now this wouldn't be a proper cooking show if I didn't let you in on some of Cookbad's personal secrets. Now, what you really want to do to bring out the flavors that you've incorporated here is something a little sweet, something a little zesty. Now some people might use like lemon peel or orange zest or something like that. A powdered citrus zest. I don't go for none of that. We want to go straight to the source on this one. So I have here citric acid, a vitamin C supplement capsule. We'll toss that right and it'll dissolve no problem. And that'll add that little sweetness that we're looking for. What smells like old fish? Jesus. Now for the final step, you're going to want to finish it out with some broth. Good chicken stock is nice, but chicken stock, you're looking at two things here. The two flavors in chicken stock that are predominant are salt and the meat fat. So we're going to bypass all of that noise. Just make ourselves a little concoction here. Just some butter, salt, and water, substitute chicken stock, no problem. Totally vegetarian too, that's a nice thing if you've got guests coming over. Oh boy. All right, that's pretty much it there. What we're gonna wanna do now is bring this to a nice boil. Make sure everything mixes nicely, everything's fully warmed and tender. Get that butter to melt, get that vitamin C capsule to melt, very important. One time I had a guy choke on a vitamin C capsule. Part of the reason I don't have a TV show anymore, it's no big deal. Let's see, where is my whisk? There it is. All right, we just wanna get that moving around a little bit. It's starting to look really good. Something still smells like old fish. I can't identify that, no problem. Pasta is kind of optional. Some people like to use very small pastas, sometimes even macaronis. Spaghetti is common in any kitchen, so we'll just use that. Be sure to have this done al dente, so when it finishes cooking in the soup, it'll be nice and tender along with your carrots and celery. Timing is everything in the kitchen. You never want to get ahead of yourself, have too many steps going at once. You get caught up. Make sure you have a nice plan going in. That way everything goes smoothly and you don't end up with some god-awful mess in a pot on your stove. It's fine. Okay, so as we bring that to a boil, you're gonna want to contemplate your life choices. Figure out where it all went wrong. All right, that's coming along really nice right now. That's about what we want to see. Let's bring that camera in and take a look at this, huh? And that's just exactly what we want to be seeing here. This nice film developing on top. That vague smell of fish that I still can't figure out where it's coming from. That's fine, we're fine. This nice film on top, that just means that everything's settling nicely and your flavors are all working. All right, now that's really boiling quite nicely. Right around this point, you want to just go ahead and turn the heat off. Let it just kind of settle. Let everything set into place. Don't mess with it too much right now. Let nature take its course. Speaking of courses, I'm hungry. All right, and there you have a nice creamy pasta fagioli. This is just how we like to see it. Well, that's about it for today. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Cookbad. As always, fine day, fine eating. We'll see you next time. Oh, that's got a kick. Oh, suddenly I'm beginning to suspect that 2 kinds of pepper and half a bottle of sriracha and that damned anchovy paste were not a good idea. No, it's great. No, it's super good. It's my favorite. Oh, God. I'm sweating. That's not sitting well, Daddy. Oh. Come back next time. More cooking.